So the main thing we want to talk about is that you're opening a new site for for the camp, right? And this is big news because you've always had to sort of rent other spaces, and this is for the first time you have your own space. But before we get into that, I think let's go back into the journey a little bit, right? So it's back in the day, you moved to America, and you're surviving, you're doing your thing, and then at some point you think, hey, you know what, we need to start this camp. So can you sort of paint that journey for me? At what point what triggered the idea that you need to start this camp?
So back in 1980s, uh, there was a need to connect our Hindu families, and we used to do Bal Vihar and all those things under VHP banner, and that's where we felt it would be useful to have the Hindu Heritage Youth Camp, and we had Suresh Patel, one of our VHP Karyakarta, organized this youth camp. VHP used to have these youth camps in North, East, and other places. So they wanted to start one in Houston, and that's how the camp got started. I happened to be the president of VHP at that time and automatically got involved. And ever since, it has been nothing but pleasure, fun, and it's wonderful to see how these youth camps are being run by the youth. That's one thing that I feel so proud of. The youth have taken over, as Rishi mentioned. We adults, we don't have to do anything, and that's a true transformation.
Was it always like that, or is it something that over time you had to build it to be like that?
No, it was not too long. It
Mhm.
uh, in about I guess 10, 15 years. I'm not sure.
Oh,
The youth started taking over.
wow, that's amazing.
It's amazing. So no, that's the best thing I have seen, and I'm very proud of them.
Sarojini ji, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, definitely. As he told you, we are very passionate about this youth camp, and we can see how important it is to take care of our coming generation. It's not only for this generation, for coming generations also. And now we earn our wings. It's our time to pay it off. And we realize it, and we can see the result in these years. Now, from 100 kids, we have 1,500 kids applying. And the good effect of that, they are lifetime friends. They get married also later on, and they always talk, Auntie, you guys started this camp. Now we are having time of our life and our kids. So that's the reason we can feel so happy, proud, satisfied. That's all I will say.
That's amazing to hear. So, I mean, I honestly, what the two of you have done is amazing. Because it's already very difficult when you're coming to a new country. You don't always meet people that are like you, and even now, even though there's more Indians and Hindus now than before, it must have been very difficult in the early days, right? So, can you maybe explain what are some of the challenges that you faced when you were trying to initially start the camp?
Yeah.
Well, initially, as Rishi pointed out, we had to contact the families
Mm.
and ask them to send their children
Yeah,
to
it
the
was
camp.
hard.
And once it got traction, now more and more kids they tell their kids, their friends,
Hmm.
that they how much fun they had, and so as a result, the other kids want to join the camp, and so it has become like an infectious uh, uh, thing that other kids like to come in, even though they are completely uh, unaware of anything of these Hindu activities.
Right.
So it draws the general public, and that's a good thing. It's not just about Sangh Swayam Sevak or their families and those things. So,
Okay.
so those kids get attracted to come to these camps, and it's wonderful opportunity to mold these guys.
Hmm. And
And
what can you say? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
only one thing I want to add. Actually, by games and play and fun, we teach them so much which is for their lifetime, from yoga to so many Hindu values. And those are the things our purpose is. They learn those things and then they use it, and they are using because they are giving back to society. It means our values are giving back, right? So that's the reason we feel good that what we did was right thing, and
Mhm.
kids are picking up and their kids are picking up generation to come.
So actually, you mentioned about Hindu values, right? So one of our major values is seva. So can you kind of explain how you try to teach the kids about seva, and maybe can you give your definition of what is seva? I think a lot of times it's often just translated as charity or something like or service, when I think it's a more complete definition. So could you maybe explain to us what is seva and how do you teach the kids seva?
I
Well,
will say, okay, go ahead.
yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, I'll say first on that one.
Okay.
Seva is something which when I do it, I feel happy, satisfied, and I get paid up by that satisfaction and happiness. Everything is done for that purpose. I feel peaceful, and that's it. I get it, what I want.
Okay.
That's my seva definition. I'm happy, satisfied. I don't care who thinks what. Let's serve from heart and do whatever you can do to society.
So any act of service which is you're doing it for your own pleasure. You're not doing it to get anything
Right.
out of return,
It's
right? You're
my
doing
own
it
pleasure.
because you feel good
That's
that you
very true. Then I can do better because I feel good. If I'm doing for you or anybody else, then I'll say, well, let's see whether they feel good or not,
Mhm.
whether they are getting result. I feel good, so I think I did what I feel I should be doing, and I feel accomplished on that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Subashi is do you want to add anything to that? I think that's a pretty good definition, but
Yeah, I think we try to instill these Hindu values, and one of the most important thing is seva, aspect of seva, not just me, me, me.
Mhm.
Think of others, do some seva, uh, and that really takes you, uh, improves your personality. Then only your personality develops when you do those in the seva.
Yeah.
uh, just working for yourself. Everybody works for themselves.
Mhm.
But when you work for others, niswat, selflessly, without expecting anything,
Mhm.
and that's what we are trying to teach in the camp with examples of people. We bring in leaders like Rishi and Amit Mishra and bunch of those guys who are providing that selfless service. So we have the role models, so kids can learn from them, right from the real people, not just stories.
Mhm.
And this is where I feel camp is making a big difference. It is creating leaders. It is creating feeling of service to give back to the society and think globally. Otherwise people are being self-centered.
Right. No, and I agree. I remember when we spoke before, you were telling me that you also like to give back to the local community
Oh, yeah.
that you operate in as well, right? So it's not
Right.
just about the Hindu community; it's about
No,
the
Yeah.
people
no.
you're living
Yeah,
with, right?
we have. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have Seva International, which
Mhm.
works only in this country. I mean, it's international organization,
Right.
and we all are involved in that. So anything happen in Houston or USA, any kind of calamities, we are there, and
Mhm.
for that we have been awarded so many times by even once even by President of America also, Red Cross and all other organization. Why we work on the ground to help anyone whoever needs the help. All kind of people are associated with Seva International.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. I also heard you for constructing this new site. You're actually employing people who are locally in the neighborhood, correct? If I'm not
Right.
mistaken. So you're
Yes.
trying to like also support the local economy.
Local economy.
Yeah,
No, I think that's wonderful. So
That was our mantra right from day one.
yeah.
And we have developed very good relations with local people there.
so can you talk about how uh, so maybe because we spoke a little bit about challenges in terms of trying to recruit people initially, right? Because people didn't know about the camp. Now everybody knows. But did you face any challenges with from other groups trying to while you were trying to run the camp? Because I know you had to rent spaces here and there. So can you maybe talk about some of those challenges?
No, I don't think there has been any challenge from any other group.
Okay.
We have been doing these camps for 39 years now, and they have been going on very smoothly. It's just issue of the campsite that we cannot find the suitable campsite
Hmm.
for long period of time, for weeks and weeks. So we get these campsites for a week, and so we can run basically one camp of 180, 200, 220 people. And
Okay.
that's where our problem is that we have demand outpacing the supply.
I see.
And that has been in fact this is the primary reason why I got involved, why we bought the land
Hmm.
because we thought we need to do something. It's very difficult to bring our kids into our Hindu fold, and then not providing this camp experience is kind of, in my view, uh, a, not a sin but kind of sin that we are not able to provide this thing if we can. So I felt that we could do something, and that's what motivated us to buy the land and take the initiative of constructing. And with the help of Manya Ramesh Bhutaraji and others, we were able to come up with the sufficient funding for this campsite.
And Abhishek ji, one more thing with
Hmm.
the other organization, we never had any problem. The reason is we call them in each single program functions of ours. You will be amazed. Every organization, including our neighbor, they have visited our campsite and they have promised to help us out. In the sense, they want to hold their camps there. It's very important we are good to others, they'll be good to you, right? It's in return.
Yeah.
So other organizations are cooperating with us. They know this is for all of us. We
Hmm.
are one. Simple. So
Yeah.
if we are one, we need to cooperate and march ahead. So cooperation with from them is just unbelievable. No matter if Swami Narayan or other organization, any organization, even their Swamis came to our programs.
Okay. No, that's
I'm
wonderful to
very
hear.
happy in that way.
Now, that's a very good thing.
Yeah,
All the organizations have been telling it's
very
for
nice,
you.
very nice.
They can hold their camps, they can
There,
hold their meetings,
Mm.
retreats, whatever.
no challenge at all
And
because
our Sangh will be using quite a bit besides this Hindu Heritage Youth Camps. So
Okay.
it will be used widely by the community.
sure, and other people also.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.